Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. How's it going? Nice to see you again. How you all doing? Hey, players.
Evening.
Oh, sorry. Say that again, guys. You were reset really quiet.
Hello. Hello there.
Hey.
Hello.
There we go, and I need to mute myself. Oh, God, we're off to a good start. Okay. Oh, I just been doing last-minute prep. Everything's fine. I don't know what you mean. Today is going to be great. As you can see, we're on a boat. The players' top half of their heads are showing. I'm just done. Players, it's all good. It's good. It's good. I tell you what, we're just going to let you guys kick things off. So, you're on a boat. You're headed to the Rivergates. You are currently with Lord Somethinghausen and about 12 crew members. Jodocus, Reinhard, Sigurd, Godbert. It is about 10 in the morning, and yet it is particularly dark. It has been an increasing problem as of recent, and it seems to be getting worse. Much worse. But over to you.
So, I will be over with Bert and Reinhard to discuss some of the interesting things that I discovered during the dinner. Kind of go over to the gunwale here. So, gentlemen, now that we're away from some of the more prying eyes, I was handed this by our acquaintance when I pressed him on the matter of who had taken that book you were looking for. Does anybody recognize this person? And I'm going to take out the drawing, unfold it, and show it to Bert and to Reinhard.
It is going to require, and I will say instantly, it's unrecognisable as it's a figure in a mask. A lady, there is no doubt of that, especially given the large amount of flesh that is on show. But to ascertain any details, you'll need a law something. Perhaps a law Reichland, but you could even roll law classical, Sigurd. It would probably be challenging.
All right.
Folklore, would that do anything?
You can roll folklore. What you get will be a thing.
Okay. Oh, I have to be in here.
I don't have any law.
Then you, sir,
Yeah,
are
if you
going to
have
have
a
a hard time.
Lore local.
I'll just be looking at it. Not seeing him on the road, sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Seen her on the road even. Not seen her on the road.
Here.
Okay. With your roll, Jodocus, you would recognise the attire. There are a couple of pieces of jewellery that are drawn onto this individual. Some time was taken to draw something. Let's say there's more detail drawn on the neck and the wrist, the jewellery, than there is on the face. It's a mask, so the details of the mask are intentionally difficult to read. It's almost, for anyone wanting to visualise it, like a Phantom of the Opera style mask, so not a lot of information to be taken there, but with your roll, it looks like a fair amount of twine is formed into a bracelet around the wrist, and around the neck is a particular jewellery style that you're at least familiar. No, I would say you would at least be certain that it is foreign, but you would have to seek outside expertise.
Would a lore heraldry or anything like that apply to it, just based on stylistic, or would it be And the only reason I ask that is just because it would be indicative of nobility from various places. It just occurred to me when you described it.
I will allow you a follow-up roll, challenging.
I do not have lore heraldry, but I would point it out. Well, it's just the point is I don't have it, but I would point it out to Sigurd because it's distinctive, but I don't know.
I will allow a heraldry for Sigurd, if he wishes, a challenging one.
No.
Well, what's currently wrong with Sigurd?
I believe that he is focusing on his brand new lady friend. He's distracted.
I'm trying to figure out how to use this rifle that I was handed.
Are you a bit sick here? You know, this ship's not my jam. Give me a horse, I'm fine.
Whoa.
In terms of the lady, like, I think I would notice if she walked along with that mask on. But if she doesn't have that mask on,
It's
haven't
good.
seen anything.
Well, if you do see someone, pay attention to the jewelry. If we have any visitors coming down the roadways, keep an eye out for that. You feeling better there, Sigurd?
Okay. With your +3, you will ascertain that the pattern of the jewelry, at least, is very distant to any of the empires of man that you know. It is something even a Tillian would say is foreign. I would say Araby might come to your mind, but somewhere further than anyone you have ever met has travelled, most likely.
Interesting.
Leo, I don't recognize most of this. It's definitely foreign and further than anything I've ever seen. So I don't know if that means other than she's from a long ways away or the jewelry is.
Collector of curios, perhaps. Well,
Perhaps.
I will pursue to reach out to some contacts that are more knowledgeable about the jewelry itself and see what I can find.
The mask looks professional, not something improvised.
I was half expecting it to be something more of a masquerade type. A mask that's more about showing who you are than who you aren't. But that's nondescript. The true anonymity mask.
How are you faring? Baron Somethinghausen pipes up after staring over the starboard for the past 10 minutes, just into space blankly, leaning on a rifle slightly. How are your legs faring? Watch is not as calm as it used to be.
I find that I am a quiver with anticipation to push back on these vermin.
Aye. Should be about an hour away from when we last encountered some of their kind. Couple cannons at the ready. Normally sends them running back to the hills. He points to a small and a medium cannon on his ship that, as you are headed up, the right-hand bank is... they're both pointing to the left, effectively. Couldn't afford any more, but should be enough to get the ball rolling.
Quite literally.
Aye, hopefully rolling quite far.
Keeping my eyes peeled here, Baron. Anything coming up, let me know.
And a note. He's going to roll a perception test. This will be very hard. Because the fog is thick on this river, which is less common for the river bogan. And yet it has become a normality as of recent. With a target of 4, how could one fail? It was worth a try. He's going to light up a couple of lanterns, couple of storm lanterns, and hand them out to a couple of you, just so you can better illuminate. I would say, taking into consideration the fog, you gain 10 yards of vision, if that, but no more.
Helps a little, but
so I'll be looking out.
I would say that
the lanterns while I smoke my pipe.
I would say that this would be perfect ambush weather. Unfortunate mist rolling in like this.
Who'll be doing the ambushing, though, is the question.
As you say, we could probably roll right on top of them and hardly notice it.
Aye. He's going to turn around and effectively do the rounds, shouting and slapping a few of the deckhands on the back of the head to effectively do whatever they were doing a little bit faster, which for the majority of them is just staring into the fog.
Well, Sighard, I do have some good news. I received notice from one of my associates in Altdorf, and the lovely Baroness Natalia would... I believe the words of the letter were, "Come for a sleepover."
I'm sure that that's exactly what it said.
no, is that
I have the
yeah,
letter here. I'd let Bert read it, but it might be improper.
Yeah.
I hand it to Bert. This will keep him going for a week.
I don't have my glasses with me. Maybe you should read it out loud, so and really loud because of my hearing, you know.
Of course. Dear Sighard, I proceed to read a letter that is very flowery, political, with some serious innuendo. Loudly. At the back.
I
Mostly for Reinhardt's
slowly
benefit.
start pulling my rapier out of its scabbard and just stare you directly in the eyes.
And so, my dearest Sighard, I so look forward to seeing you when next meet. Sincerely, Natalia.
All right. Well,
Someone made an
she's going
impression.
to be very much surprised about how our town
It
is.
sounds delightful, Sighard.
Let's face it, cousin.
Don't break any promises around her.
I've heard. I did want to speak to Something-Hausen about this. I was curious about some of her more infamous eccentricity.
Something-Hausen is approaching along the side, having given the last of his deckhands a firm slap on the side of their shoulder for seemingly having their gun slightly at an angle that he was offended by. Hey!
Baron, if you would beg my indulgence for a moment.
Sure. What can I do for you?
Well, we were able to, how would I put this? We made a good impression on the Baroness Natalia.
As soon as she starts talking, I start walking to the other end.
And as such, I was wondering if you had any insight into any of her eccentricities. You know how it is. We all have our things we care about and things we focus on, but it seems that she took quite a shine to Baron Sighart.
Oh, matey. It be like this, Sighart. he's shouting at you at this point.
I'm up by the front with those other two guys.
Sure. A little bit of advice from one nautical fellow to another. There be two types of damsels in this world. Some that'll make you a nice mutton stew. And others that'll cause your knees to tremble. She be the latter.
Oh.
Sounds perfect to me.
Indeed. Your father will be so pleased to hear about it.
But you don't get your knees to tremble without a degree of risk.
I gathered that.
Aye. Stay true to your word, or you'll find yourself missing a seaman down below.
But ain't the reward so much sweeter when there's a little bit of risk involved?
Says the man who can't remember his own life.
Grumble.
Well, thank you, Lord Somethinghausen. I just wanted to speak. I had heard that she was very particular about people keeping their word, but it's nice to have some confirmation about that particular trait.
Aye. She'll be well catered to any man, capable of satisfying any need several times over. But rest assured, beauty of that type doesn't come without the price of being batshit crazy.
It sounds like your mom.
Well, I'm glad you said it, because I didn't.
Well, I mean in a good way.
I agree.
What's Sighart perceiving at the moment?
I am just looking out into the fog and ignoring the Sighart Slamfest.
With your roll of a 7, you see a dark shape in the fog heading toward you.
I start tapping the guys next to me and start pointing.
You what? Alright, what? Takes him a while to clock onto this. Captain! Captain! Dark thing in the fog! Points overboard. Baron Somethinghausen comes over with a storm lantern, shines it upon said dark object. You might have thought it was a rowboat, Sighart. For a moment, as it floats past you, it would seem to be part of a ship. Some logs, some scrap wood. It's hard to tell what it belonged to, but there's a couple of planks. It's obviously human construction, but it's only a few pieces of it.
Something is not right here, Baron. Something is not right. There's pieces of boat floating past us. I swear I saw a rowboat.
Baron Somethinghausen is going to approach Reinhard. Now look here, matey. I know you like your crossbows, but should we be firing at another ship, you're going to have a hard time getting a bolt through its bow.
I'm listening.
All I'm saying is, should we find ourselves in a nautical combat, you might find yourselves better suited to aiming a cannon, perhaps.
Definitely. I certainly will.
Points you towards either the small or the medium. The big one's harder to handle. She'll tire you out before long, but rest assured she has a hell of a kick to her. The smaller one can be wrestled with a little bit better, but... well, take your pick. Which of the ladies you prefer?
A medium one. I like my ladies big and busty.
Okay, you go and inspect the heavy cannon, which is big. Can you just roll me a strength test, Reinhardt? Challenging, just to see if you're able to, like, aim it back and forth a little bit, wiggle it from side to side, should you have to do any. Okay, it's that's only a marginal failure, so in a jiffy you could probably aim this. Not too much of a hassle, but if you keep doing it for long, you're going to be cream crackered. It's going to be some hard work. Okay. Now, I'll be just going to get myself some brew. Thirsty work here, getting wet. Brand something else and's going to retire to his chamber for a few minutes while he goes and sorts himself a drink. Anybody like an ale?
I just raise my hand, even though he probably can't see me in the fog.
Yeah, he's already gone inside.
Yes, Baron, yeah.
Yes, please.
Maybe handle her a bit better.
He's gone for a few minutes, so if there's anything else to be said,
yeah, I'll pick up a conversation with Yodicus. Just like, hey, Yodicus, we've not officially met. How's it going? What's it like being the cousin of Sigurd?
Well, have you met his father?
I have not had the pleasure.
Then I'll say this. It is always an adventure.
I hear that.
But I heard that you and your former, actually, I guess current chief, I met him briefly when I was passing through on the way to town, have also been quite busy in the region, even before our current troubles. And I look up and gesture at the gray sky.
Yeah,
Someone told
true.
me you single-handedly exterminated a village of vermin. Well, your captain was quite complimentary.
Yeah, he was quite spectacular, was Lambert. The fight was epic. I wish you could be there.
Well, perhaps we will end up having to deal with similar things, but I'm just glad that at the end of the day, we happen to be here with an actual road warden. I know that halfling, I've heard tell of his reputation, and certainly everybody seems to be a little bit, well, I would use the word scared if he wasn't only about 3 feet tall. But I would say that it is refreshing and encouraging that at least we have one assigned road warden at the moment.
I managed to get a couple of other road wardens from our trip last week. That felt pretty good, just starting to build the numbers back up again, as it was just me.
Which is all the more impressive considering it, you did single-handedly need to be able to take on an entire village of mutants if you're by yourself out here. I have never seen such a miserable environment. You have orcs, you have ghosts, you have demons, apparently.
Goblins, Walking Dead. Oh yeah, I've seen quite a lot. So what's your profession then, Yodicus?
Well, in the most basic sense, I'm what would be called a herald or an emissary. So just like yourself, which is probably why we haven't met, I tend to stay on the road. I've been trying to build up relationships, some of the iron trade to the south, some fishery work to the south, but also trying to build up our connections inside Bogenhofen and, by extension, the rest of the Reichland. I tend to stay on the move. But basically, my job is to go and make Sigurd look good wherever I go. Now, if you ask him, well, I'm only middling successful. But I like to think that I do my job well enough.
It's very good to have you on board.
No, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. We may need to have a 10-to-1 fight here coming up soon.
Well, you can count on Reinhardt. He's a real old hand, as we used to, if you call those people down where we come from.
Is he now?
Lucas. Yeah,
Is he
what I seen of him, and the other guy, Guts, him too. We need more fellows like him.
Well, good. That poor man, I've heard the stories about his stable adventures. That must be the most unlucky man I've ever met.
Yeah, well,
And I met
that aside.
Yeah, and yes, Sigurd was always unlucky.
Yeah. But, I have to say, with all those, jet things walking around, have we told you about the circle we visited on the way over to Altdorf?
You mentioned that you wanted to see it, but no, I didn't actually. What did you find out there?
Well, the circles seem to nullify the magics, or seem to form a boundary for where the undead can't get in. But I don't know if it's the circle that has some ritual cast upon it that made it secret or something, or that it's the stones themselves. There was some weirdo over there flopping dead fish against the stones, but you know, if you flop a dead fish against the stone, it's going to be dead. Well, deader, but
Well,
I don't know. Have you heard anything about such kind of things in your travels?
Well, I've heard of the old stone rings. They cross the entire breadth of the empire and beyond. But what I don't know, or anyone else seem to know, is where they came from, or what they really do. And of course, all I know about the Darkstone ring is its reputation, that every time they try to demolish it, it just shows back up.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, unfortunately, it's not like we could take the stone with us, because if we did, it would just, well, I suppose, end up back where it started, which is frustrating. But one thing I would offer is perhaps we should look into whether or not any of those stone rings are near us. From talking to Sigurd over a great deal of alcohol one night, he did mention that there was a stone similar to this that was in the basement of the former manor, but given what was going on in the manor, I don't necessarily blame him for getting that thing out of the town.
Yeah. And there was stones near Blute Rock as well. I guess they moved them. But didn't he say that the elves took them somewhere, and that's where he saw Sigmar, or had a vision or something?
Yeah, I was there with Sigurd. We took a stone. We took it from some mutants in the woods. Took it to the elves. We were quite grateful for it. Luckily, they didn't cut our heads off.
Yeah, I know that. But you went to the elves in the woods, and they took you somewhere. Was there a stone ring as well over there?
There was, yeah.
Maybe you should ask the elves about those rings, huh?
Well, tell me,
Definitely do some
Reinhardt.
sort of thing.
Tell me how friendly were these elves? Because, as I understand it, the local priest of Tal can't shut up about trying to get rid of the damn things.
Well, luckily, the leader was on our side. They were grateful that we brought back this stone, but second in command, she just wanted to slaughter us all on sight. We're
Sounds
really
about
lucky
right.
that she wasn't the one in charge, because we wouldn't be here today.
That sounds strange. I mean, I don't particularly like the pointy ears, and they don't seem to particularly like us, but they don't want to outright kill us.
Well, I suppose I don't have enough knowledge about the matter one way or the other. The only elven kingdom I know is the Aenir to the north. And
No.
they're territorial, to put it mildly, and that's about all anyone seems to know about them.
I met one or two, but I can't really remember.
Yeah, going wandering in without something specific to bring them, I think is certain death.
Bursting through
Yeah,
the
that's-
doors, Baron Somethinghausen has 5 bottles in his 2 hands, precariously placed between his fingers. Found the bottles after a while. Pardon.
Why,
Bulls
thank
be
you, sir.
hard to come by on account of them keep getting drunk. Hands a bottle to each of you. One for ye and one for you. One for ye. Anyone who likes a
thank
drink
you.
can have one. And at the end, he takes the largest bottle, which is perhaps a jug, and one for me nan. And throws it overboard.
Well, that's a good custom.
Aye. Question
Always
is...
good to appease the river spirits.
Aye. Don't want to be drinking without bringing him on board.
No.
Asking for trouble. Question is whether he's offended after being named after me nan.
Maybe he has a sense of humor, huh?
Aye. Let us hope so. So, to me nan.
Do you, Nan?
I raise my glass.
He takes a sip, and your toast is interrupted by the sound of cannon fire just over the starboard bow.
Hit the deck.
Yeah. You roll a d100 for that. It goes flying over the top. You can hear it whiz past. It's loud. It lets out that whining hiss as it floats through the air above you and has a very faint green tail to it. Ladies and gentlemen, looking over your left, the mist clears a little to allow you to see another ship that is currently actually, well, seemingly docked by some scaffold. The fuckers have done to that ship! Fire the fucking cannons!
On I get.
The crew
Muscle her around.
hurriedly ready into position. A couple more green sparks aboard the ship. Small green lights illuminate small spaces where you can see shadows scurrying left and right. And it is only a second or two before numerous black powder weapons open fire on you. Now, what we're going to do here, ladies and gentlemen, is we are going to roll group initiative rather than roll initiative order and all of that. So every player that wants to do a thing, which I assume is all of you, go ahead and do your thing. So tell me what you want to roll, tell me what you want to do. If you're shooting a cannon, it'll be average. If you're shooting a black powder weapon, to hit an individual, if you want to try and aim for a shadow moving figure, will be fairly difficult. In fact, difficult. But if you want to just aim at the ship, it'll be very easy. So it's up to you.
What's the range of the ship, roughly?
I would say round about 50 yards or so.
Okay.
It's a fair distance. This is a wide strip of river.
Yep. Aim
I
with the
think-
cannon, shooting in the middle.
Okay. Reinhard, let's go
It's
first.
pretty much out of range.
I'm going to ask you to make a ballistic skill roll, Reinhard, and what I'm going to do is just basically fire the cannon, then edit its roll to be the same as your roll. So make me that ballistic skill roll. Average.
Average.
Yep. And this is for the medium cannon, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So that's a 53. And... Okay. So, so you quickly point the cannon towards this, let's face it, behemoth, nearly impossible to miss. An incredibly large bang fills the air. This is probably the first time being next to a cannon, Reinhardt. Can you roll me an average endurance check just to see how you physically cope with the air around you exploding and the cannon being shot back a couple of feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh. I'm gonna re-roll that.
It's destiny.
Oh, wow.
That is destiny. Reinhard,
Well,
you shit your pants. Not
Took me by
literally,
surprise.
but that is... Yeah, exactly. That is a
was
lot more
holding
than you
on
were
to it.
expecting.
Yeah, I was holding on to it, and it shot me back a bit. Fuck.
I'm nudging Yodicus and giggling when I see this.
Yep.
it's called recoil.
Okay. Yeah, so
We're in a
I
fight,
assume you're
go,
by the
attack.
back of it, Reinhard, like just lining it up, and as it goes
Yeah.
boom, it just shoots back like 3 yards, and just
Yeah.
like you end up with it between your legs, being flung back across the ship to the other side. The good
I
news,
am on my
though,
ass right now.
you hear a loud crack the other side, and it's the splintering of wood. You know that for certain. A direct hit. Anyone else? Who's going next? It's effectively player's turn. Yodicus.
I am going to go over to the smaller cannon and show him how we do it in
Okay.
Is it still average ballistic skill, or do I?
It is
like
average, because it's and you do have others here with you. Some of the deck crew are here readying the cannons, etc.
Oh, except that I don't. Let's see if we can.
See if we can
Let's try
just
this.
save that.
There we go.
Okay, 25. 25's pretty decent. Okay, and we'll edit that to 25. This just saves me equipping you all with a cannon. Another decent hit. Okay. So, again, a loud kickback. Yodicus, you step to the side, allowing the cannon to fire back. This smaller cannon scoots back maybe 2 yards or so. A somewhat more subdued crack in the air, but another direct hit. You can hear the wood splinter not too far off in the distance. And a couple of roll a challenging perception test, Yodicus and Reinhard only. Just for now, because Godbert and Sighard are going to be busy saving the day.
I can't see anything.
I'm on my ass.
No,
And he's on the
very hard
ground.
to tell. Very hard to tell. Okay, Sighard, what are you up to?
Well, after I get done laughing, I'm gonna help Reinhardt up, and then start telling people to aim small arm fire at the deck.
You're pretty quiet, dude. Is your mic close?
Sorry. I'm gonna help Reinhardt up, and then after I'm done laughing, and then start shouting for people to put cover fire towards their deck.
Okay, so yep, fine. So we're doing a leadership, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because of your rank, it'll be average, so average leadership test. Plus 20 for being posh.
Try to keep people off of their deck. That's what the idea is.
Mm-hmm.
Average?
Yep, average leadership. This is basically to convey advantage to the crew. 5 advantage in total. That will be noted. Please make a note of that. Godbert.
He can't really do anything, so he's going to assist as best as he can. He knows the big round things go into the boom things, so that's what he's going to be helping with, probably.
Okay. Are you helping
And,
Reinhardt to load the main big cannon, or Yodicus for the small?
I think I know Yodicus enough to know that he's going to be fine, so I'm going to help Reinhardt.
Okay.
And also make sure that I have like some bandages at the ready.
Okay. What I will allow you to do is to perhaps, let's say we ready an action to help the reload, so when it comes to reload they'll get a plus 20 from you.
Yep.
Does that sound sounds about reasonable? Okay, good. Well, the good news is no one died. The bad news is the enemy haven't shot yet. So during this time, a whole manner of small black powder weapon explosions come from the other ship. And firstly, we're going to have one shot at Reinhard. Basically, anyone who has been shooting will be, well, potentially getting hit. That's a pretty decent hit. Wow. Okay. Good luck with that. Unfortunately,
Burning some armor.
you can't dodge it. So let's see how bad that is. Yeah. Okay, that's you straight down. Wow. Okay, twisted knee. Not the worst critical. You can still move. You can still do things, but you do have a twisted knee. This is not the most fun thing to have. Okay.
Yes. 0 wounds.
So he is prone as well on the ground. So as Godbert, you are helping Reinhard back up. He gets a bullet directly through the side of his knee with a...
Can I burn armor?
You can to avoid the twisted knee, yes. So effectively, whatever's on your leg, you'll still be on 0 wounds, but you won't have a bad knee. Which,
I think I'll burn.
in all honesty, is probably worth doing. Okay.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, that random scrap of metal that forms your leather trousers is just enough to absorb the majority of this bullet as it lodges into your pants. But you're alive, you're still moving, and now we come to Sighard, who is going to have a...
Oh. They're rolling well.
Yeah. I didn't target you, so... And that is in your right arm. So, how much total toughness and mitigation do you have in your right arm, Sighard? 6. That will be 10... 10 in total. Oh.
Okay. That's the opposite direction. There we go.
That's... There we go. That's still more damage than I was expecting. But they keep rolling very well. Godbert.
Yes.
Same is going to happen to yourself.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god! Okay, well, it's only 12 this time. That's, I guess, good news. Godbert?
Yeah.
That's going to be 12 damage on your body. How much armor and toughness do you have combined on there? Because I forgot to target you
Nothing.
as well.
So I'm down to 0 wounds.
Well, you do have toughness still.
Oh yeah, sure. 3.
3.
So I'm down to 3 wounds.
Okay, I'll let you modify yourself to 3 wounds. And Yodicus, I will actually target you to make this easier. Note to self. Okay, finally.
Frick.
And he blew himself up.
Prick. Okay, yeah, it's basically a dangerous weapon. On the other side, one of those explosions that is firing small green puffs of smoke into the air emits a larger one that seems to ignite something. Not entirely exactly sure what's happened, but something. Everyone's alive. Well done. It's your turn.
Straight back up, get that reload, and if I can, shoot it again.
Okay.
You're not going anywhere. Hold on. I'm going to heal your leg there because you took a mighty blow there.
So, So Godbert's going to try and heal Reinhard while Reinhard's reloading. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, Godbert, what do you do to him?
Grab his knee real fast. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there any
nothing, man.
little pill that I can take of adrenaline or something? Just makes me feel better.
Spits in the
I
ball
have,
and then wraps it.
you see him put some kind of herbs, put it in his mouth, and chew
Yeah.
it up, and then in a very disgusting old man way, spit it on a piece of cloth, and he wraps that cloth around the wound. And is it success level plus intelligence bonus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
so
much
you
health is that?
heal 9 wounds back.
Okay.
Feeling
Whatever just
good.
happened to your leg, Reinhard? Apparently it's irrelevant. Because
Feel
old
good.
man spit
Just a graze.
is the
Go.
best medicine. That is now canon. Wow. Just okay. Anyway.
Feel good.
Let's go with an average ballistic skill check for you, Reinhard. To see how well you can quickly huff and heave and hove. Okay, you got a +4.
I got pissed off
That's
last time.
really decent. Because you rolled a crit as well, you can't shoot it, but it's ready to be fired again.
Yeah.
That's the good news. You've successfully reloaded the cannon in
Good.
record timing. The SL is 6, but given you rolled a crit, we'll give you that +2 just to move it up. Okay, so that's Godbert and Reinhard. Sigurd and Jodicus, are you taking cover? Are you shooting? Are you aiming? What's your plan?
I'm gonna take my hat off, look at the hole in it from where that bullet went through it, put my hat back on. Well then,
In the background,
Nice.
there's just random fire happening. Don't worry.
I'm going to attempt to reload the cannon, looking completely unperturbed that bullets are flying everywhere around me.
Okay. We will go for a...
Average?
You will have some... So it was average for Reinhard because Godbert's first action was assisting, so this will be challenging.
Right. It'll be challenging. Just ballistic skill.
Yes.
Come.
Pretty decent, though. It is... Let me double check the reload of a small cannon, because I might be able to... you might be able to sweet talk me into reloading that. It's reload 4. How do you feel about using a fortune?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, it's reloaded, ready to fire again. That's pretty close. Okay, where's our music? Music. There we go. Okay, and Sigurd. I haven't fired the ship's crew yet, but don't worry, that's going on in the background.
Okay.
For Sigurd's +5. Sigurd's +5 could be distributed as well, actually. So, Jodicus, if you want to reclaim your fortune, you can...
Actually, yes, I think I will.
Yeah, reclaim your
goodbye.
fortune for one of Sigurd's leadership roles. And...
He's motivating the crew to help me load it.
Yep. So what are you up to, Sigurd?
Yeah, I'm gonna heft up my rifle, I guess, and shoot towards the deck.
Okay. Are you aiming just for the ship, like lay down suppressive fire, or are you just...
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Suppressive. If I
yeah.
can't see anything in the fog, then I'm not. There's nothing for me to really
Okay.
aim at unless I'm going for flashes.
Yeah, I will say it'll take some hawkish eyes to make out the small figures aboard this ship, so you just want to basically fire at it.
Well, you want me to do a perception first, or?
Yeah, let's go with a challenging perception first. On the plus side, you really helped the ship.
Oh! Hell
Okay,
yeah.
you can see on the crow's
You are a
nest
god.
a small individual with what looks to be a pirate-shaped hat. You can recognize it by the shape, and he just stands out with the sun behind him, even in the mist. You have a clear shot of the silhouette. So if you wanted to aim for him, I would give you an average, because you rolled a decent perception, an average roll with your black powder weapon to pick him off.
There's no ammo.
Then you better get some ammo, boy. Better get some ammo.
The reload.
Yeah, you actually don't have any bullets, do you?
Well, also he has to reload if you shot a black powder weapon.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He hasn't shot it yet.
He hasn't shot it yet. Yeah, this is his...
Oh, okay.
Do leadership first.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, okay, let me just give you some small shot and powder. Is that the one?
And, it's the regular shot and powder for a handgun.
Okay. Well, it looks like
Average.
that'll let you shoot now. Yeah, average. That's to pick off this little critter.
Good roll.
Okay. Nice. Okay. This Sighard, which individual on your crew was this person aiming at? Because they won't get shot at this turn.
I want to say Gottbert.
Gobbert won't get shot at this turn.
Yay.
Marvellous. The good news is that 3 of their crew are also dead because every person that shot on your ship managed to hit one. But that being said, there are still going to be shots coming back at you. Oh. Has everyone had a go on our team now for the second turn? I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
2 cannons reloaded, yes. Okay, I'm just paranoid of missing people. Reinhard,
Only 4 people though. Yep.
don't die.
Did you target me?
No, I
Jeez.
forgot.
Oh,
It doesn't
okay. I
matter.
thought that was 11. Oh, I
You just
crap myself.
shit your pants there. I just peed my pants. Sighard. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, something bad. Okay. Another small explosion on the ship. Something bad happened. Probably another crew member's dead. Got that you're not getting shot at, so...
Very true to lore.
They don't know what they're doing.
Oh, that is not the right target. It should have been versus 31, so that will be a miss. Apologies. It should have been versus 31, so I scared you.
That was the
But,
boss.
I was going to say, that's a hell of a shot.
no. Okay, we need to do one against Somthinghausen. Actually, we kind of need to do 2 against Somthinghausen because he wasn't shot at last time, so... hard. Because he's a named character, so...
Oof.
In the
Okay.
head. Oh,
Oh, no!
in the head.
Okay.
What the hell is with these rolls?
Good lord. Yeah, well, apparently
Hey,
they don't miss.
Godbert may need you to check on him.
No, he's fine. He's a named character. He has a ward save.
Well, we're going to see about that with his first head critical wound, which will...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the first one is crit head.
Was it? Okay.
Concussive blow.
Well,
So he's deafened, bleeding.
shit.
Stand.
I say he's
T.
armoured on most of his body, except
Burn it.
for his head, because he
Except
has a
for his head.
hat. Okay. This is for the first bleeding roll, just to see if it kills him. On a roll of a 10, it kills him.
Oh,
Okay. And then we do the second shot, which was also... Oh, in the head as well.
in the head, yeah.
Dramatic injury. Okay. Another bleeding condition. On a roll of a 9 or 10, he dies. He's still alive. He has 2 bleeding conditions. Lord Somthinghausen, despite having fired 2 weapons and gotten 2 clean kills, is in a little bit of a bad way, ladies and gents. I'm stressed. How about you?
Ready to shoot.
Ready to shoot, okay.
Bunch of freaking snipers.
Well,
We can do Tony Soprano and just let him die. Expand our territory.
you could. And just be like, oh no, we tried
Yeah,
to
we don't have a
save him.
claim.
He died so fast. And there was
Or we can
blood
save him
everywhere.
and have him owe us.
Yeah, well, that's true. So, it's your turn
Be
now.
better.
Reinhard, let's have that average ballistic skill roll. Yes, it's average for range.
I'll try and stand out of the way this time.
Okay, that was better, 31. And I'll update this to say 31.
I'll have that roll. It's fine.
17. Okay, another very loud crack and splintering sound of wood as the cannon
And this time I
unleashes
just watch
hell.
it cruise back
Yeah.
rather than being behind it.
You know what you're doing now. You're prepared. I will say, Reinhard, can you roll me a average perception test this time? This is average. You think maybe, just maybe, that the ship is slightly lower than it was when you fired the last shot.
Okay.
You think it might just be sinking. Hopefully.
Guys, I think I got it. Urgh.
Let's go for the second cannon first, before we go to whatever hell is unleashed next. Right. So that is a 68. That is close, but no cigar. So that is very close.
Can I burn a fortune?
You can use a reroll on that, and I will update it to whatever it says you roll.
Whoa.
2 will do nicely. Okay. It's a 2, it's a +6 SL, it's a decent amount of damage. Another loud crack. The air within your ship now is, if it weren't hard to see through the mist, it is hard to see because of all the black powder weapons that keep being discharged here. I will say that there is a thick, peppery lining to your throats right now that is just stinging, like you've got glass in the back of your tonsils. Yodicus, another shattering of wood as your cannonball meets with the enemy ship. It looks like it's about sinking, let's say. You've definitely breached the hole in a few places, and it seems to be going down. Godbert and Sighard, what are you up to?
I'm gonna drop my gun and pull my shield out and stand over the Baron and Godbert. So I'm gonna put the shield up.
Okay.
Can I use a fortune just to add 1?
You can use... it's still a fail, unfortunately. You can change the SL, but it doesn't change your fail to a success.
Oh, I got you. So we have
No,
to reroll.
because well, yeah, I'll just reroll.
Yep.
Um,
I had a read
There we
up
go.
on that, and Fortune can't turn a fail to a success.
yeah.
There
But
we go.
that's much better anyway. So, bleeding conditions removed, and Baron Somthinghausen successfully bandaged. He is bleeding quite profusely out of the side of his head. It does seem that the hat may have offered some padding, but there's 2 holes in it currently. And Sighard, Godbert, I will assume that you are out of line of sight. Well, we'll find out soon. And on that note, I believe it is time for one more round of fire. Reinhard.
Bring it on. Cheering with a massive
I'm going to target
Cannonball,
you this
just
time.
Smashed
Way!
into the side of there.
An arrow miss as
Yeah.
a small green glowing piece of shrapnel flies above your head, making a hissing now. Not that you've ever seen fireworks, but rest assured,
I'm
that's the sort
cheering.
of sound it makes.
Ah.
Okay, Yodicus, we are going to target you now. We are going to roll a handgun, and we are going to go for... And these guys are pretty good shots.
Yeah.
Especially when they're rolling below 50 every time.
Yeah. Well, that actually should have been 31.
So it would be +1 success?
+1 SL. Yeah.
Right.
That's going to be a decent
3,
chunk of
4.
damage.
Yeah. Alright.
How's that right leg
Yep.
doing?
Alright, I'm at a... Looks like I'm taking a critical wound on that.
Yeah, I'll allow an armor burn for that.
I'll burn the only point of armor I have on my leg.
Okay. Only point of armor's gone. I will say... Yeah, technically when you're reduced to 0 wounds, the crit sticks. But we'll carry on rocking anyway, because we don't want to get bogged down in rules. Rules are boring.
Well, if you want it to stick, it can stick.
Nah, it's fine. Sighard, you actually get to parry this. Are you ready?
Okay.
You get to be a hero. Do you want to roll parry anyway, just to see how awesome you are? I mean, this person
parry?
missed, so...
No,
Yeah.
I didn't do great either.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Your shield was up. You feel like you protected Baron Somthinghausen. And if it would have hit Baron Somthinghausen, it would at least had to have gone through your shield before it hit you.
And me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sighard, where'd you get that shield from?
Now, I'm going to roll Baron Somthinghausen's dice just for his crew to see how many more they hit.
Hooah.
A decent roll. Okay. This is
GM's got the rolls tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently.
For both teams.
Okay. Okay. Cool. It is your go again. I will say the ship looks like it's sinking. Slowly at this rate, but it is sinking. What would you like to do?
Is it possible for me to see anything on the ship or no, given the conditions?
Challenging. It depends what you're looking for.
I'm looking for any obvious leaders or anything like that. I'm going to transition to my gun because it's loaded.
Yep.
My sense of humor is
challenging.
gone.
Challenging perception to try and make out for a target that is worth picking off. You can see one that is stood still with arms waving while others are moving around them. So yes, you have a line of sight. An average black powder test of your choice for your weapon. That is not
Really?
so good. Really?
Do you
And
have
you-
a reroll?
I do.
That's not a bad one to... Oh, no. Okay, well, it's not a misfire. Yodicus, how do you feel about corruption point right now?
Corruption.
I've seen worse rolls for a corruption point.
Seriously.
Oh, I think I'm too injured. I can't. That's ridiculous.
Okay, you lose a wound. Oh, no,
Yep,
that
I'm
means...
down.
That
I'm
means
down.
you're back on the floor again.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, technically that means you suffer a crit as well, but that's just a... No, I'm not allowing you to kill yourself that way. It's too soon. Right.
It's
now,
very Warhammer, though.
Seeing as Yodicus has nearly killed himself, we're going to take a 5-minute breather, and then we're going to return to watch our group die. We'll see you all in 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Wow. Slightly less than 5 minutes, but who cares? Reinhard, how's it going, dude?
Yeah, feeling good, cheering.
Feeling good.
Seeing Yodicus go
Good.
down, he'll be fine.
Good.
You know,
We
he's
haven't
alright.
been doing too much advantage, but I will give you an average ballistic skill check to reload this mofo. Bearing in mind,
I
it's
definitely
6
want it.
SL to reload a medium cannon.
Yeah.
This is no
We've got
small
how much
task.
more my advantages left?
Your advantage has killed a lot of the enemy crew.
All right.
So I will say that the 5 has been... Well, it's still there, but it's effectively giving all of Somethinghausen's guys a hell of a bonus each round to shooting.
All right. Is it worth doing it again for getting like another crew on the cannon that
It could
Yodicus
be.
was on?
Do you want to see if you can encourage Reinhardt with a leadership role?
Sure.
Because if you pass, an average leadership, he will just hit. Where he'll just manage to pass his test, at least. So that will be...
+5.
There we go. That's still a +1. So some reloading has been done. You're going to have to spend a while longer reloading, Reinhard.
I'm guessing I'm by myself. What I'll do is I'll sort of corral the guys that are standing next to me. Go and help me load this thing. It's hard, heavy.
Crew will assist you in reloading this round. And Sigurd, for the rest of your leadership, do you want it on the crew that are going to be reloading the cannon?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll roll them now.
My idea was because Yodicus is down.
Yep.
So I'm trying to get somebody else to man the cannon he was on.
Okay.
To get that reloaded.
That's not good, but that's okay because we've got another couple of rolls coming. Okay, 3, 4, another. We need +2, and it's reloaded. That'll be 5. Okay, it's very, very, very close to being reloaded. This is the big cannon. For reference. And actually, 49. Bear with me 1 sec. Yeah, I mean their base is they will average. Yeah. It's gonna need someone else's input to help push it over.
What I will do is I will add 1 SL to my roll.
You're going to use your fortune. Okay, it's reloaded. Yeah. It's ready to be shot. I will
That's
say...
the smaller one?
No, it's the medium one.
Medium one.
It's ready to be fired. Everyone's just like floundering around, grabbing balls, aiming it, shoving the black powder in, putting the ball in. It's nearly done. Godbert, I think you're the only one left.
Yep.
Are you going to do the Uruk-hai thing from Battle for Lord of the Rings? You know the one where the berserker runs forward with a torch? And jumps on top of the mine. You know that scene?
Yeah.
Helm's Deep.
The 2 bars.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to make an +30 athletics test, Godbert, for drama? Like, I'll allow you to light it anyway, but I just feel like a roll is needed for drama.
Plus what?
+30. Godbert's got to be pretty athletic. Like, he's going to light it either way. This is a finesse test. Okay, yeah. Okay. Godbert does the test of the Uruk-hai and charges forward. With, I assume there's a storm lantern nearby. There are a couple of torches that people have been using to light it. What do you go for, Godbert?
Godbert yanked the pipe out of my mouth and used that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah. That's give me that. And he lunges.
Okay.
Maybe puffs it up a bit so it's extra flamey.
Okay. Okay. I like that. No ammo. Well, we're just going to go ahead and get a cannonball. So I assume the question is who is doing... Well, it's already aimed. So we'll go with... We'll just do a ship's roll for the ballistic skill. Yeah, that'll do.
Oh, was the medium one shooting by itself? Nice.
Yeah. Well, this is just going off of the combined efforts of everyone having aimed it. But that is enough.
5 people doing this. Yeah.
That is enough. Yeah, that is enough for everyone to jump on top of this cannon effectively with their efforts combined. There's an explosion, Godbert. It probably nearly runs you over as it flies backwards. And curiously, there is a second explosion about 2 seconds later aboard the other ship with a very large puff of grey and green smoke at the centre of the ship, and you can now see the actual bow crack as it, let's say, performs the Titanic and starts to sink down. The front and back, whatever the feckin' nautical terms are, raise up very slightly as the centre buckles in on itself. There, the bow and stern, there you go, raise up slightly into the air as the centre collapses down on itself and the ship begins to sink. There are a few small shadows that will be scampering and, well, who wants to roll? Who is able to roll a challenging perception to see what the hell is going on over there?
Right.
I got 47.
That'll
you can
do.
just...
Godbert,
Yep.
you can see a few of them jumping overboard, and that's about as much as you can make out, but a few are jumping overboard. Looks like they're headed back to shore.
Well, we didn't get all of them. Good
We
angle.
will. Let's get these loaded back up and start moving the ship towards the side. Get close. Throw a few more at them.
Gonna fire a few more cannon shots off, just for a good measure. Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone roll. You are taking no fire back in return right now. Given that the ship is sinking,
Okay.
it seems that everyone the other side is just every man for himself, so everyone can make an average check for ballistic skill, just or black powder if you have it. I assume you're shooting cannons, are you, or was that
Yeah.
the aim? Yeah. Okay.
Mine was a cannon.
Yeah. Whoever's not
Okay.
on cannons can shoot.
Yeah, I'll use I'll pick up another guy's handgun, cursing to myself, and line it up.
Fire another handgun shot off in the general direction of the ship that's sinking. Sure. Reinhard, you, with the assistance of a crew, manage to load the cannon up again. It takes you some 10-15 seconds. You let off another shot at the sinking ship, and it just sort of cracks that little bit more, starting to just collapse into the water and sink. Not entirely out of sight, but it's evident that it's hit the bottom as it starts to rock to the side slightly.
Is the river deep enough that this thing's going to sink all together? Or
No,
is it gonna
no,
be
it's still visible, but not very much. There's perhaps just the upper deck on show, but
Is it on fire?
yes, it is. Green fire has encompassed a good portion of the ship, perhaps even 2/3.
That's not good.
It's fairly dim at the moment,
What is
but you
this?
can see it starting to spread.
That's not good at
What
all.
in Sigmar's name is green fire?
Bad shit.
Green fire. I think we need to get this boat
Shut
out
up,
of here.
stop bleeding.
God,
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
gonna
not
have
yet
the crew
begun to
start moving.
defile myself.
I'm going to have the crew start moving us away a safe distance.
Yep. Okay.
Not
So-
like in reverse, whatever direction we were already facing. So we're going further upstream than we are.
Okay.
But I just want us to get up.
Just going to carry on
In
down.
case
Okay.
there's another whatever green explosion thing going on.
Okay. And about 5 minutes later, after you're perhaps a couple hundred yards further away, the sail has been raised, the ship is making a very gradual pace. A few of the deckhands are pulling oars up as well, just to try and get some momentum into the ship. And there is an explosion. A mushroom-shaped cloud of green and grey intertwined reaches up to the sky, perhaps some 50 yards, before almost being extracted back in on itself and collapsing back down into whence it came. And all goes
What
quiet.
Sigmar's name was that?
I've seen a lot of black powder
Those
in
weren't
my
human.
time. Never seen anything that was green.
There were no black powder of that.
Nothing I've ever seen before. I'm just gonna go and like nurse my leg. Just go and sit.
Yeah,
sort of.
I'm bleeding profusely too, so I think we all are at this point.
Oh, let me take a look at that.
Who you talking to?
So we'll do a little
Everybody.
bandage.
Probably everybody.
I will say the
Good.
large explosion wakes up something else and, hey, what? Man!
Blew it out.
Except that he's blind and concussed and deaf right now.
He's having
Oh,
a hard
yeah.
time. He's pointing his gun at all of you, being like, come on, get me, you fuckers. Did we kill them? It's right hand man.
I'm up on the bow, making sure that
See
People
card.
look.
Nice.
Okay.
Come on. Gonna do better than that. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Which one was for who?
9. Okay, got it.
9 for Yachty.
I'm gonna do myself some self-healing. Apparently not. Spit doesn't work on anybody, but
Yeah, it
it
doesn't
doesn't work
work.
on yourself.
Doesn't work on yourself, yeah. It's just kind of gross. Well,
Oh, I'll live with it, I guess. How you doing, sir?
are you
Hello.
talking to something happened?
Something else in you.
hey, what? I'll be doing
What's-
all right.
Watch my finger.
What?
Can you see my finger?
You can ask him to pull it.
He's got a
No,
pistol
wiggle.
in his hand and he just tries to aim it at the finger.
Oh, that's something. Okay, he's going to be fine.
Oh, I see it all right. He
good.
traces your finger perfectly with this pistol, making you really nervous.
You almost bit the bullet there, man.
Oh,
Literally. He literally did bite it twice.
yeah, he takes his hat off and inspects the 2 holes. Note to self, perhaps a metal-lined helmet next time.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Well, thankfully, sir, you're hard-headed.
Well, it seems so. What happened to the behemoth of a monstrosity of a manon titty fucking ship that was?
It exploded in some kind of green fire. That bodes ill for us.
Well, at least it won't be cursing the rivers with its fuck ugly farm.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think we better take a look over there. Kill off anything that's alive still.
I would second that.
I would say that you guys probably hear me yelling at the crew to start getting longboats ready to shore,
Yeah.
to get a crew aboard to try to chase down anything that's left.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Fine. It'll take us about 5 minutes to get us closer to shore, so I'll be going to go get a drink.
Yeah,
And there's some heaving and hoeing as a few of the deckhands start rowing. You've got a few minutes.
I'm too concussed. I can't help.
I got a hole in my arm. I'm not rowing anything.
Oh, my problem is my leg, which is probably almost arguably worse. Oh,
You're fine. Quit your whining, you sissies. This is just one little battle. I mean, the cannon fire reminded me of the war, but other than that, it's just a little skirmish.
I love the smell of black powder.
Yeah, it smells like victory.
Reinhardt's just sort of like rowing nice and easily, just not putting much pressure into it, helping out. Just thinking to himself, damn, it felt like my knee nearly came apart. whatever the hell Bert did, I'm happy for that. Oof. Just sort of like chilling to himself, helping out, not moaning or whining about it, and just like, yeah. Whatever happened, he just sort of like got straight back up and went back in there, sort of like contemplating the battle, whilst he's just gently rowing.
The adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm. And whatever spit that was.
I think I'm still up on the bow, just pacing back and forth with my rapier out, watching the shoreline.
You're right there, Siggy. I mean, sir.
Fine, but I don't like what this is, and I don't know what it is, and we need to figure it out and round up whatever the hell's left out there before they are able to regroup.
I've seen those green flames before, but only when there's like magicians involved.
well, that's encouraging. Witchcraft.
Well, you notice that last time we were in the caves, there was some goblin shaman of sorts, so maybe these at one too.
That's delightfully discouraging.
On the other hand, that could be worse. I mean, you know,
I've seen gunpowder blow up.
You're really quiet.
It's like, this looks just like when gunpowder blows up, except it's green.
yeah, you know, more sleep is green.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that. So, could be that.
That's, again, yet more discouraging. Reminds me of stories from Mordheim.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why we need to check it out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of pace. There's nothing much I can do until we get to land.
Okay.
Better tell the crew that when we rummage around those leftovers, whatever they're, if there's any glowing green things, you know, don't touch it. Then
Yeah.
they have any sense.
Well, I think most of the crew's probably going to stay with the boat to keep it protected, but we'll we'll definitely tell them to keep their hands off of anything that doesn't look natural.
Yeah, Reinhardt, you hear that? Don't touch the green stuff.
Yeah, gotcha.
Smells chaosy.
I don't know what it is, but it's bad.
Oh, Hydra.
I'm gonna. Baron's still in his cabin.
He is.
All right. I'm gonna give another glance towards the shore, then I'm gonna go down and talk to him, because last we heard that these were humans pretending to be goblins, and this didn't seem like that. So I just wanted to see where he's getting his information from, or if this is a different thing than what he saw before.
He's currently sort of deep in a bottle of booze right now. This be the first I've seen of them myself. Have to say, it's not exactly. Warman. The green-black powder
Yeah, maybe.
being green powder, not exactly sure, but this being used to me.
Well, now that makes me wonder if that flotsam we had going by the first time was the humans that were pretending to be goblins.
Aye. Perhaps not humans, but perhaps something else. This is maybe
Well.
beyond the scope of my little noodle.
Well, you should be getting plenty of air in there now.
Aye.
And I just kind of smile.
Plenty of air. Plenty indeed.
As I'm sitting there bleeding out, and as they're bleeding from my arm, it's much better shots than we anticipated too. Never heard of goblins being such dead eyes.
Aye. That be true. That be true indeed. I've not seen such
Well,
force being used by the greenskins before, but well, something unsettling.
well, I think we should. You got a rowboat, spare rowboat, dinghy, whatever you want to call it.
Aye.
We should take a couple over, inspect some of the ruined stuff, try to get a gauge of what we're dealing with here, or what we dealt with, whether it's human, goblin, or from the abyss. Who knows?
Very well. You can do it. Do you mind if I stay on board for a little bit and catch up?
No,
with
you stay right here and make sure the ship doesn't.
On account
fall
of me
into their
being
hands.
hardly able to walk, and all.
Indeed.
You'll be fine. Just, a couple of days sleep and you'll be back to your old self.
Aye. Sounds wonderful.
Just don't leave without us.
Okay. The crew jump aboard a 6-man rowboat and head aboard with a couple of guard to keep you company. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a 5-minute bio, and we'll be right back. Ho, 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 ladies and gents. We're back. It is time to go back to land. And so, we change map to one that Hydra probably should have preloaded earlier, but a small dinghy takes you across the waters. The rain still beats down upon you, your clothes drenched. You're feeling heavy now from the sheer amount of water that you're carrying. In front of you is a small town that is illuminated in a very eerie manner. One lantern aboard what looks like it might have been a tavern is illuminated in front of you, God, but Sighard, and yet it is green.
Is this river that we're on? Is this the one in Tom's territory, like my territory, or is this north of Blue Rock?
You're probably heading more into actually Altdorf's territory now.
Okay.
So sort of northeast. It's right on the edge of your territory.
All right.
Before we go any further, Sigurd, do you still have that charm I gave you the other day?
Mm-hmm.
How many days? How many days was that ago? That's when we went to Altdorf. Is it more than 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 4 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so come here for a second. Let me see it.
All right.
And he grabs it, and well, let's see first. Yeah, he grabs it, puts his finger in his nose, and wipes a booger on it, and smears it out. Mumbles something, and yeah, you know, it's still good. You're good to go.
Sigmund works through you in mysterious ways, old man.
Yeah, he does. Don't you forget it.
Oh. I'm going to...
Go for it.
Go for it, Reinhardt.
Oh, I was going to get the guard to go up with me. Just sort of go wearily into the town, see if we can see anything. Keep the guard either side of me.
This represents how brave the guard are feeling right now. Yep.
I'll go with you.
After you, sir. We're right behind you, sir.
Maybe Sigurd can give him a little bit of a leadership test.
With a 98, you're gonna need something.
A lot.
I'm just gonna carry on walking and sort of signal them behind me.
I'll
Steady,
walk
boys.
with you.
Crossbow ready.
Okay.
Looking out. Yep.
Yeah,
Perception from me as well.
As you scout around, this is better illuminated, at least with some streetlights. What's unsettling is that they're all green. It's a strange light, and it's not a fiery light either. There's something odd to the lanterns of this town. But everything seems to be incredibly peaceful. Eerily so.
Cousin, we should have picked up some grenades.
Well, all I've got on me is lamp oil and a lantern, so let us proceed with caution.
In the centre of town, Eutychus, is a large pile of timber that has been, let's say, dragged to one location. It could seem like a bonfire, but in amongst it are also some other scraps of timber that seems to be maybe like a pile of salvage with your roll.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to go to the nearest house, staying as far away from the lantern and its spooky green light as I can.
Yep.
And kind of tentatively look around, kind of see if I can look in a window or any kind of opening.
Okay. Let's make an average perception as you sneak inside through a window with the assistance of a lantern. Quiet inside, but there are pieces of people inside. Trails of red across the floor. And as well as that, the inside of the property seems like it has had a brawl take place within.
Interesting. Bart, you might want to come take a look at this.
Oh. It doesn't look so good.
Ever seen anything do something quite like this?
Well, I've seen a lot of things do this, and that's a problem.
We're spoiled for choice.
Bad omen.
Yeah, I'm not terribly liking it. I'm very curious whatever is causing that green light.
Well, feel free to knock the lantern off.
You first.
Well, no, thank you.
Well, I guess we're back to square one then. Is there anything about the room that stands out other than that the occupants who lived here were butchered? Like, is it, like, how long ago did this happen? Any sense of time?
From the outside and your roll, I would say it looks like it took place a while ago, but also that one or two of the body parts seem to be twitching.
Delightful.
Well, on my head be it, but let's start lighting these up.
Understood. Gentlemen, I think the local environment would be improved tremendously by fire.
Search them if you want, but we gotta go.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So this whole time, Reinhardt's been like progressively moving up, signaling the guards to sort of, you know, keep watch, make sure that, you know, the other guys are safe, they're within range. I'm just going to be walking around. If there's any small ramps that I can go up, or maybe climb up on a lower tier of this this scaffolding, just sort of like look around. I'm looking for anything that's moving.
Make an average athletics for me, Reinhardt, first, just to climb up this particularly wet and potentially dangerous scaffolding.
Average athletics.
That'll do. You're able to climb up, and 'tis dark, 'tis misty. But from here, I'll give you a wide view of what's going on around.
Okay.
Challenging perception still, though.
Yeah.
But you will be able to see places you wouldn't have seen otherwise. Nothing catches your eye.
It is very foggy.
It is very difficult to see. Nothing obvious, but you keep eye out within your crow's nest, uncertain of what is lurking in the
as I
mist
see
around.
nothing. I see nothing, and I hear we're going to burn
I-
it. I'm going to get back on the floor,
Okay.
on the ground.
I was gonna say you could stay up there and keep watch while we're.
Yeah, while we
moving
get ready.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'll stay up, but don't burn me.
No, Yodicus and Godbert can do their inspections, and then the guards and I will start on these down here. And I'll take a look inside. Does it look like this place has been ransacked too?
Right. On that note, the guard are feeling braver. That's the good news. They are.
Fire always makes
what
you
are they?
feel
What
brave.
are the guard doing at the moment, Sigurd? Under your command.
So I'm gonna look in the front. Is this the same thing? Butchery kind of crap inside the building.
Tell me. So
Like
you're
this
stood
one.
at the front. Okay, so you're next building now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Average perception. Some bits will be free, but there are dead body parts inside. There are blood stains up the walls on the furniture, and the dead body parts inside are twitching.
Yeah, we'll start lighting torches and burning the house. Have the guards do it, and then move to the next one. Just keep doing that, I guess, until.
Are you burning the houses from the outside? Are you throwing the torch inside?
Throwing the torches through the inside, because the outside's pretty wet. I would imagine it going to light up very well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I, before you do that, can I do this is going to sound strange, but can I do a lore politics roll? See if I know who should own this place?
Sure.
Like, as I don't.
Average, but
Yeah.
like I'll say for free. Oh, never mind. This is in the fringe of the Emperor in Altdorf, or the claimant to be the Emperor. However, it is being on the fringe of his territory, let's say one of the more neglected territories. The further you are from the capital, the less anyone gives a damn about you. So technically
to be
his,
fair,
but
to be fair, with me and Somethingshausen combined, we can probably explain it away if it does come to being called to court over it.
I just wanted to be certain we wouldn't offend the prince by burning down his little town, but given his speech about dealing with dead things, I think perhaps we can provide a
Well,
compelling
we're dealing
account.
with dead things. We're dealing with green things. Let's just Sigmar will protect us.
He has so far, somehow.
And then, while I'm looking around, I'll start doing the prayers that you do for more before you send people. I'll start doing that while we're going house to house.
on that note,
Since we're not going to be picking up moving body parts from dead people, so they're not getting buried. This is the release they're getting.
okay, we'll come back to you in a sec. Godbert, what were you up to during this?
I want to part the branches.
Have you rolled without me seeing, or
Nope.
are we waiting? Okay, let's make that roll.
Nope. I'm
Not
sticking
happening
with
today. Yep. Well, it's
Ah,
understandable.
headache.
Now, if I recall, if your number has an 8 in it, and
Yep.
it's near a corrupting influence, which this sure as hell is, we roll on the minor miscast table.
Well, let's do that.
So let's do that. Now, are you able to roll /table and...
Let's see. Yep. Minor miscasts, minor miss.
On your person, every buckle unfastens, and every lace unties, which may cause belts to fall, pouches to open, bags to fall, and armour to slip. Godbert?
So that happens every 5 minutes anyway.
Yeah. It's the downside of being a hippie. Your trousers are always too low.
Oh shit! There goes my buckles again. Oh, damn things.
Sighard, and after burning that building, now I will say Sighard, as you set the building alight, from underneath the flesh of whatever remnants of people are inside this building, some very small pitter-pattering feet are heard by yourself and seen as numerous rats scurry back and forth as the building's going up in flames. They disperse out of the building through cracks in the walls, away from yourself and the burning building. Where are you off to next? And Reinhard, can you make a challenging perception roll, please?
The next house over. We're just gonna keep going
Next
house to
house
house.
over?
I'm not slowing
Same
down.
here.
Okay. Okay, well, what we'll do is I'll assume you repeat this process, Sighard.
Yeah.
One building, two
I'd have my
building.
guards go to this
Yep.
the next one down, so that we just kind of piggyback, leapfrog each other as we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
One of them calls you over. Sir, something unusual here, sir. What you make of that? Get back here. Inside the building you are stood next to, Sighard, is a large-ish stone, perhaps 7 foot long, 3 foot wide, with carvings and engravings on it.
Familiar?
Yes. In terms of the texture and size to one that you had previously delivered to some elves, this one seems to have been decorated, let's say. Although it's unclear as to what purpose and how and why. And also a stone once upon a time in a basement that you may have seen. It's...
Also decorated in the basement.
Yeah, that one had more blood and vines around it. This one has etched markings, although you're going to have to pull something out of your butthole to figure out what the hell it is.
Can I help with that? Because
Does
I've been in
it,
the presence of those
Does
stones.
somebody etched into the stones after, like on top of one of the runes that were already on it? Is that what you're saying?
This one seems more decorated than the others. The others had some markings, but this one seems to have more.
I don't think language classical would probably help too much with this, because that's also...
Yeah. No, in a word.
Older than that.
I will say this is hyper niche, so it's going to require brains and expertise outside that is available to you right now.
Reinhardt, grab Gottbert, tell him to stop rubbing his eyes and playing with his thing.
What?
You
Pull your pants up, get over here.
That's a funny stone.
Dodicus, Reinhardt, keep an eye out while we're taking a look.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll fill him in about what I know of the other two stones that I've seen.
Have the guards keep burning the other houses down as they go through.
So I'm climbing back up on my post as long as it's not burning or anywhere close is burning. Just keep a lookout.
Okay. Yodicus. You are on lookout, I assume. Is that correct?
Yes, and you can see
Okay.
how good of a job I'm doing.
Absolutely. And Sighard and Gobert, may I have a refresher on what you were doing?
Apparently I'm called over to look at some stone.
Okay. Do you have a folklore?
So this looks like the one
Just
that's
to
in.
roll something.
I roll a folklore.
Not a clue.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen this before. Well, stone, but not with those weird scratches on it.
I have seen something like this before, but it's different.
Now all sorts of dice have just been rolled.
Yeah, they
I'm
have.
assuming at this point I can see something moving, can I?
Yodicus, can you roll me an initiative test, please? Challenging. Okay. To your right, Yodicus, and you are unawares of this at the time, but for the sake of the audience and the players, some small red eyes light up in the darkness. No noise is made. And an opportunity is waited for, yes, yes, while you are waiting and looking in the other direction. And out of that darkness comes a screech and a charging mob of...
Who saw this first?
I'm going to say none of you at the moment with your rolls, I'm afraid. Your perception
Come
rolls
right out of the
I'm
rain.
looking inside.
have been...
I didn't even look because Godbert and I were inside looking at the stone. So
Yeah, I'm afraid no one has seen this. This is just them charging and attacking Yodicus first. Now there will be a roar that happens alongside this. Yodicus, this will be a bit of a surprise attack. I'll give you a -20 to defend.
Goblin question mark.
I like that.
Goblin question mark.
I like
I
it.
have no idea.
It's goblin question mark.
Is it what's the role? Is defense as hard or difficult?
-20.
So hard.
Yeah. Just about enough. So, several small pointy sticks come flying out of the shadows towards you, making enough noise for you to leap to one side, out of the way, one of them narrowly going past your throat. And in front of you are about 15 to 20 mutant beastmen. I'm not sure what you would call them. They look like rats, but slightly taller, slightly less green than goblins. And now we go into initiative. Noise will have been heard by everyone. Sigurd, you are the first to hear this and react. Yodicus has just leaped and made a huh outside. And as well as that, there is a yeah sort of noise.
How many would I estimate on first glance?
Many.
Like, oh shit, let's run, many?
Make a perception test.
How
Average.
big are they?
How big are they? Each one is about the size of 80% the size of a person. Probably about 12 in total, give or take.
Quite large.
About a dozen. Quite a few, Sigurd, but who knows? I'd say you wouldn't be confident whether you could fight or not, but we'll figure that out. More than 5, less than 50.
All right. I'm going to say. Oh man.
Tick tock, tick tock.
All right, this round. Yep, this round I'm just gonna. Why does that say off? Okay.
What are you doing?
Is it challenging to attack?
Sure. Yes, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you're going to run outside and attack them.
Oh,
Wow.
beast.
That's a decent hit. That is a very decent hit. And in response, we're going to have a pretty decent roll. Not as good as yours, though. Okay. And that is... excuse me. Tick, tick. Could not oppose test. This is not a function. Screw you, game. I'm busy right now. Trying to...
I had that too the other day.
Oh my god. Okay, so never mind. So it's... Oh, is it -4 for each?
I had a
+4 for
plus
each.
5, and then it just changed to a plus.
Yeah.
That doesn't
That's
make
all
any
the
sense.
initial one.
It might be.
It's factoring in reach.
Yeah, that will be weapon reach. They're using a spear.
Well,
They got spears.
well, okay. Well, mine's 6 foot long, so I don't know how. Mine's long. All right, that's fine.
I have
That's still,
a
so plus 4 each.
feeling
I rolled a
this
1.
is... come on, trappings! It doesn't even say the range of a pole arm. It's a pole arm. Details, effects, common, default. It's very long. So
Okay.
that would be why. I have a feeling that's a successful defense. But, yeah, their base weapon skill's better than yours. So that is a successful defense. That's the only thing I can make of that, but God knows why it's screwing up in that manner. Although they wouldn't have had...
Fencing.
No, that's
Did he
fine.
get a bonus for charging?
You should have had a +10 for charging. Right, let's edit that. Can I edit your roll at least? Foundry! Fuck you!
It appears the rat men have infiltrated.
Okay, 11
the computer.
damage. I'll just apply this manually, for God's sake. Okay. You run in and you skewer one of them. I will say atop of your rapier is a ratish looking head that currently has a rapier going all the way through it, up and through and out the top of the cranium, with the point of the rapier now having a pirate hat decorating it. Right, please say the rest of these work.
Reminds me of the snot one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, please change your advantage
Not like
to
about-
2 if you can. Right, we're going to go for a roll for the River Patrol crew, who are going to come in and try and help with a +10 for charging. Okay, -1.
Nope, I shouldn't have done that. Ignore me.
Okay, +3, successful defense for the Rivergets. Okay, and who do we have next? We have the Rivergets outside of their surprise round now. Who is engaged with them? Yodicus and Sighard. Sighard's just killed one, so Sighard, they are going to poke you with a stick. Okay. Oof. Sighard, let's have your defense. You have your +10 for charging.
Plus it's an
Advantage.
advantage.
Yeah. I'd love to change yours, but I can't. I
put
can't.
2
You'll
in.
have
I
to
got
do
2
your own
damage.
advantage. Yeah, you're on
Yeah.
2. I can't change yours for whatever reason. It just
This,
refuses to let me.
It's just 2
Are
yards.
these challenging? Are these challenging or average?
It's always challenging.
Okay, gotcha. I haven't been in combat in a while. All right.
That's fair. Now, melee tests and combat tests are always challenging while in combat, but you got your plus 20. So you do actually successfully, even though it doesn't actually say that this is possible, defend against these. Good lord, this is going to be tough. Godbert.
Yes.
But I get riposte on that for a
yes, you
positive,
do, which means you get to act as if you attacked, if that's correct, on that roll. Which is a... Oh, but you didn't roll. You rolled a melee fencing test and not your weapon.
Oh, crap.
So I have no idea what melee... Just roll it and then edit it to 19. Why is nothing working anyway?
How do I edit
Foundry.
this?
The reason I
No.
use your Foundry is because if you're... I can't actually even edit numbers. Something has gone horribly wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a minute or two break here. I'm going to restart the software because
He didn't do an opposed test.
Yeah, I know, but I can't even edit someone's
Yeah,
actual...
you can only do that if they... Oh, no.
No, I can't even edit
Well,
his dice rolls.
yeah.
Let me just restart and see if this works. We'll be back in 2 minutes, because otherwise this is going to be the most painful combat you've ever seen, or about as painful as anyone else's RP show that you've seen. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for hanging on. We're back, and it appears to be working. So, if I remember correctly, Achaidh, you've just done a really good thing, right?
He did.
Yes, he's got the +6 SL.
Okay. +6 against +5. Come on.
I think if you can change his weapon test rapier to 19, I think that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, a 19. Well, let's see, because it's just quite... Well, there we go. Okay, that will be another...
But how they have 5 and he had 6? How is it possible? Oh, he had 5. What? No, it's 19 versus 70, not 19 versus 60.
Well, bollocks.
Then make it a 9. Just make it a 9.
Yeah, I can't edit rolls in this. I am frickin' done with...
I don't.
Okay.
Is there any way I can manually? I can just. You want me to just re-roll it?
Yes. Have I done it? Have I done it? No, I can't. I can't edit rolls. Basically, it won't let me. So which I'm doing 19 versus 70 against Doink. Okay, let's see if this works. No. It ain't frickin' happening today.
You can't do those because they're from the other before you restarted it. I think maybe.
Say that again.
Maybe. The thing that's still in the dialogue chat is from before you restarted it.
Right, so we have to roll again for it to work.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
yeah.
well, let's just roll 2 tests and see if it works for the sake of argument. Achaidh, can you just roll some more dice? This is just to see if it works. I won't apply damage. I'll do this manually. No. Okay. Damage will be applied by the GM. Achaidh, you did some more damage to them. Another one is dead. For now, just do your damn rolls and I'll tell you what it does, because we're going old school with this. Frickin', let's just wipe the chat box because none of that's apparently relevant. What we do need, though, is a combat tracker. Godbert, it's you. Did you go?
Yep. Nope, not yet.
It's your go.
I think at this point I'm going to drink that poison thing.
Okay.
We're not sure which it is.
Gilda's potion.
Okay.
Gulp.
Can you make a hard endurance roll, please?
Sure. Oh, I can try. Hard. Zip, zip. Not really.
Okay. The good news, Godbert, is you drink this and you gain a flashback. Almost instantly, you're transformed to another location in your head. The bad news is you collapse on the floor for 3 rounds. But you know, that might actually help. Maybe.
Who knows?
Reinhardt.
So I'm assuming I can see them from my little post, a little crow's
Yes,
nest.
you can. You can see a few of them swiping at Yodicus at the moment.
Good. I'm going to fire my crossbow.
Plus 40, because there's loads of them. They're in combat. It would be a plus 60, but you'll just be careful not to hit Yodicus. Fire away.
Yep.
Feel free to right-click and target them just to make my life a little bit easier, assuming that it actually works. Hashtag forever salty. Okay. That looks spicy.
Tell me what happens.
21. Wow. Okay, with that, easily easily, you see one of them lunging towards Yodicus. You take aim with your crossbow, you fire, the bolt goes straight through the eye socket of its helmet into the chest of the one behind it, skewering both of them to the wall of the building. That is a very notable amount of damage you just did there, sir. Yodicus, you can breathe a sigh of relief as one of them that was lunging for you is now very, very dead. Now, we have another river recruit who is going to come in and try his luck. So right now you've killed about 6 of them. Okay, they will defend. Okay. Yodicus, you are finally up.
I'm going to raise the blunderbuss and shoot it into the mob in front of me.
Okay. The problem is, it is a rifle, and you are engaged, but you can ditch your advantage to disengage for free, and then shoot it.
I think I'm going to ditch the one advantage I have and engage at point blank, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be plus 60, because you're just firing at a number of these critters charging toward you, and seemingly determined to blast. Well, you still hit. Okay. That's going to be
how the blast applies to this.
Yeah, I will say what is it? Blast 3.
It's a
4-yard blast. 4-yard blast, but it is cone at the same time. So I will say 4-yard blast. I will take 2 of them off for close range. Yeah, I know that's the technical marker.
I know.
But
yeah, no,
it's not going to kill 16.
Yeah. No.
Delete that marker, whoever put that there. I don't want a nipple on my screen.
I don't know if I can delete it.
Yeah, hover over it, the center, and then just press the delete key.
Oh, there it is. Uh-oh.
Or just drag it somewhere else.
I do not. So I've placed it. I don't know if I can get rid of it. I'm clicking on it. It does not appear to want to leave.
No, you have to move your mouse over the icon so that it highlights, and then
I've done it. There you go.
There we go. I got it.
Right, Sigurd, you're up. Oh, by the way, everyone takes 1 wound.
Including me.
Anyone in melee with them takes 1 wound. So
Okay.
Sigurd and Yodicus and the 2 chumps.
But I disengaged. So is that still
You did
blocked?
disengage. I will give you that. You are free. Yeah, you are. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll give you that. Sigurd, 1 average endurance roll, please.
Nope.
No, that's a thing. That's fine. It's just a thing. Right. And Sigurd will lose 1 wound.
All right.
Sometimes it's just meant to be. So you'll lose your advantage, Sigurd, and take 1 wound, please, before your attack. And on that note, it is your attack. What are you going to do?
How many we still got in front of us here?
I would say 6 to 8. A number of them have been slain. You've personally killed 2 of them. Yodicus has blasted 2 apart. Reinhard, again, skewering 2 of them. A good number of them are down. Roughly halfway. See how they do. Not too good. And 60. Their base is.
They win.
Yeah. Just due to weapon range.
Base? My base.
Their base is 50.
My base is only 50.
That's gonna be no damage inflicted, but no damage taken, which is nice. One River Warden is going to swing. Okay, well, some rats are going to defend. And given weapon length, the rats will prevail. The rats are going to attack the person with the loud gun that just killed two of them. It's the most sorry, Oedicus, but you know,
Guess what it is.
sometimes you just got to get stabbed.
Do they not have to do a fear check for the Black Powder? Or is
Not
that
as a swarm.
only their mob?
Yeah, not as a
that's
swarm.
right,
There's so
Dodge.
many of them that even if a couple ran, you wouldn't really know.
That's not good. I may be out.
Please actually do this. 12, 13, 14, 15. It will be 15 damage after
All right.
mods and
I'll
stuff.
reduce. What's my target location? My other leg. Great. I am at 0 wounds. That knocks me to 0.
Okay, you will be on 0. And
Yep, I'm down.
let's roll a leg crit. Or are you burning a piece of armor?
I'll burn the other armor, so my leggings are in tatters.
Okay. We will have to... Oh, there we go. Remove that. From this point forth, because I hadn't clarified, if you're reduced to 0 wounds, and this is on me as a GM, armor can only be burned on the roll of a double, not on a roll to not going to 0 wounds. So those crits will stick. But that's just going on from this point forth. God,
You can do the. Oh, yep.
Can I burn? Well, I could burn a resolve instead of that.
Yeah.
Is that? I'm trying to remember.
I was gonna say just how did that miss or something like that.
I mean,
What's it called?
you've only got a prone condition, Yodicus, at the moment,
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
it's fine. Yeah,
And
it's fine.
0 wounds.
and 0 wounds. Yes.
I'm out of the fight either way at this point.
Yeah. Well, you can stand back up with your action, so, or you can use a resolve to give you 1 HP back before the end of the round. It's up to you. But
I'll burn a resolve because otherwise I'm a dead man.
okay. Well, we'll come to you in a sec. Gobbert, what are you up to?
I don't know, tripping my balls off.
I'm sorry for rubbing it in. Reinhard, what are you up to?
I would like to put my crossbow behind me, on its whatever it's called. I've got it attached to me.
Yep.
Pulling out my weapon and charging.
Average athletics, and you can jump from where you are onto the
Okay.
roof, run across, and jump onto
Nice.
onto the rats. But an average athletics needed.
Okay.
Average just because you shot like a champion. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. So you're able to quickly leap down onto the tiled rooftop, sprint across, and spy someone down below you to jump on top of. I'll allow you a plus 40 weapon attack with your melee weapon, because it's an aerial attack with someone that doesn't know you're coming, that's sort of from behind. So
Okay. I was re-equipping. What's the plus?
40.
Geronimo!
Hang on, I'm just going to target.
That's a defense by accident.
Okay.
That shouldn't be against 50.
No.
Oh, they do have loads of advantage, that's why.
Okay.
Pretty decent though.
Ah. Charge
still
in,
beat 'em.
just hacking and slashing.
That was with plus 40.
Yeah.
He's got a 47 weapons.
Oh, isn't it nice when... Isn't it nice when the opposed system works? Sure, for the sake of moving things forwards and not being stuck on Foundry not working, you land on top of one of them, stab him through the head, and he is gone. Patrol crew. Having a bad day?
It's always a bad day in the Reich.
Okay, Hydra just needs to figure out why. There we go. We had 2 musics playing. Foundry. Literally give me a migraine. Yep, okay, so they are definitely fine. And we go back to Yordicus.
So I have burned a resolve to not be on my back with
You have
0
one
HP.
wound, and you are stood up, and you will also know that you're just a scratch away from...
I'm about to pass out.
Yes.
I'm...
I would say there is a players into like your character in this moment would know that they're about to be scraped and you will go down. I.e. the...
I think I'm going to try to put distance between myself and them while letting my shotgun go to the strap and pulling out one of my pistols. So my action is going to be to back away from it.
Okay.
Because they're... Or disengage if I can.
You don't have advantage, but you can roll a dodge test.
All right, let's see what I've got.
That'll definitely do. That'll definitely do. They ain't stopping you there.
All
there
right.
you go.
Yep.
So that will be your action. However, you are
Yep.
safely out of combat, and that will prevent you from taking 1 damage. Now, Reinhard and Sighard, 1 damage apiece each, please. And an average endurance check for both of you, please. Sighard, I think you failed yours earlier, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, you don't need to roll another one. Reinhard, average endurance check, please. Jeez, man. Cutting it close. Okay,
Spot on.
You're
Sighard.
also nails.
What's that?
I said he's also tough as nails.
He
That's a
is.
pretty high endurance.
He is the Lone Ranger. Sighard, there's a few more left to stab.
Okay.
You'll have to remove your own advantage, though.
I don't have any.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It says you do on my screen. God.
That's 2 yards that he put in height.
Ah, excellent. Oh! They do have advantage.
Yeah, but they shouldn't.
Yeah, I just charged them. Stab one through the head. You surely still have advantage.
Yeah. No. That's a good point. That's a good point. I will. 5, 4, 3. It's a +3 apiece.
I lose on reach.
You were what?
I lose on reach.
Yes, unfortunately so. You do. They would have lost their advantage by being outnumbered, I guess. Although I'm not using outnumbering with swarms because that's dumb.
Yes.
It's one of those rules. I'm like, come on, why does that happen? Okay,
Yeah.
maybe you will be saved here by the douchebags.
No.
Or not.
Or not.
Dislocated shoulder forward. Okay, one of these guys is... oh, good lord. Okay. Hang in there, buddy. Okay, he's fine. He doesn't gain the stunned and prone condition. He gains 1 stunned anyway, and he's just in a real bad state. Cool. Okay, I'm down with that. Goblins are going to attack you, Reinhard. How do you feel, bud? Feel
Feeling
brave?
good. Yep.
Good.
Shot one in the face, skewered another, stabbed another one in the head. Let's go.
Okay, cool. On that note, let's have you defend. So you can do as you please. You won't have any advantage because you've taken 1 point of damage. You're going to have to roll. Old school styly.
Should I dodge here?
It's up to you. You could do melee or dodge. It's really up to you. Like, you can roll what's better if your priority is success, or if you want
melee's better.
If melee is better, you also have a chance of damaging them by accident. So a challenging melee test.
No, I'm gonna try and dodge actually.
Okay, dodge is cool.
How hard?
Challenging. That is a very decent roll, and
Ninja.
it is going to help.
Is that with your advantage?
I don't think he has
No.
any because he took a point of damage at the end of the round.
Yeah.
I did.
No, opposed tests just don't work with the swarm. Fuck my life. 13 damage, 9 damage reduced by toughness. Okay, you've got like a couple of... You'll have like 2 or 3 wounds left, Reinhard. Just we'll remember
Okay,
that for a
editing now.
moment. Godbert still tripping balls. We'll come to you in a second, Godbert, just to fill you in on what's happened during this. Reinhard, it's your go now.
Stab him.
Good,
There's, I will say, 3 left. Not many. A few more good swings, you'll be all right. A few bad swings, and you'll be dead.
Can I do a healing draft and an attack, or is that too
Afraid
much?
not. That's
I'm gonna go for an attack then.
okay. Roll be your attack. It will be challenging.
I got some old man spit.
Okay. You
I'm
take
gonna
1 point of...
re-roll.
Okay, you're going to re-roll. Okay. That's not a
Yeah.
bad one to re-roll.
Don't want to fumble.
There you go.
+2. Okay, you definitely inflict a little bit of damage there. It's a melee blade. Okay. Well, I'm just going to say, for the sake of argument, another 1 dies. Because
Chop
we
his
don't have a
head
damage
clean
roll
off.
there. There you go. Clean swipe, left to right. Do you have a sword? I forget.
I do.
You have a sword. Straight through the neck, and it comes off a clean blow. Small squirt of blood. Perhaps 1 or 2 feet fountains up into the air. And then it twitches before it is still. Right. A fairly decent roll. A fairly decent roll as well. That will be a victory based on weapon length. It's Yodicus.
I'm going to take a duelist stance and shoot one of the last ones in the
Okay.
face.
+40.
Right.
Yeah.
Minus 20 for an aimed shot.
Yeah, I was thinking
But it would have been- but
+60,
it's
but
point
minus
blank.
20, so +40. That's what I'm rolling with. Yeah.
All right.
I'm thinking range plus multiples minus 20, something. That'll do it. That'll definitely do
executed.
it. I'll say both of them trying to jump on Sighard. You skewer with a single shot. And the end of my painful combat encounter where the entire benefit of running Foundry didn't actually help me at all. Instead, it just created more work. If Roll20 wants to sponsor me, then feel free. Only joking. I'd never go
We're
back to
joking,
Roll20.
I was a roll 20 gave you anxiety.
No, it still sucks. Okay. All is quiet. If there was anything else here, it has gone a-running. One of your bucks has an arm that is pretty much useless now. And Godbus is out cold on the floor.
Oh, hang on, wasn't it round 3? So he should be back.
Yeah,
now?
he's up.
He's
yeah,
coming
he's just
too.
about woke up.
He's coming too.
He's coming too.
But for the sake of making it interesting, he needs a waking up.
I'm gonna limp over to the one I shot through the face, spit on it, and kick it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to Gottbert and bend down. and kind of look at him.
Yeah, I'll be
And
standing
then just
around
start
him
slapping him from left to right.
Yeah. Same.
Okay.
Yo, Bert, wake up!
So
You missed a good fight, man.
we will go to Godbert's dream for a moment now and put on some more relaxing music.
Like a bowling sequence, as in the Big Lebowski.
Yes. Yes.
We'll do a...
That is brilliant.
I'm looking for calm.
Ah,
That's it. That's not the right... I'm just putting that on for a second while I look for some calm music. Let's go
find the
with-
right music.
You know what?
Do the other thingy with the...
No, this is fine. You are inside a tavern, Godbert, around a table of others. One of them you recognise as Ron. You're at the end of the table. Opposite you is a lady. She's familiar to you. She is the lady, quite literally, of your dreams. Within the pictures, absolutely. And she is looking at you with a scowled look on her face. Now, this is difficult, given that this is a memory. So, I will, if you permit me, embellish you as to what you respond with. It's up to you if you want to actually say it or not, but this is your fault.
Whoa.
Your response is a state of, don't look at me. You were the one that suggested it.
Sounds about right.
We have a responsibility. Your response to that? I'm too old for this shit. So am I. And yet here we are. What are we going to do? Roll me a D100, Bert. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Your response for the moment is a... I don't know. Well, we have to fight tomorrow, but we're going to talk again afterwards. Right? Godbert. Her
Yes.
accent is Strigani. Without a shadow of a doubt. It is almost painfully familiar to you. The woman, however, looks 50, 40, perhaps. Perhaps perhaps a good 40.
You're breaking up a bit.
Okay. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yep. Perhaps a bit and then something.
I would say 40 years old, give or take. One should never guess a lady's age. Look. When the time comes, I trust you will do what is right. And looks particularly stern towards you. Ron, to your right-hand side, is clearly within earshot, but unusually for him, keeping his mouth shut. Now, at that point, you look back toward who you would assume by now is a lover, a wife, a partner, some combination of all three. And there is a slap to your face from her before the image blurs, a further slap, and it focuses again to reveal Sicard in front of you. The sky is dark, cast over. And you have a name in your head. And Gobbert, I'm going to ask you what that name is.
Let's keep it simple. Esther.
Esther. That is her name. And you can see her face now in your memory, clear, crystal clear. Let's go for better music for this. You can hear her voice.
God, I think he's waking up. I think this is what he did to heal us. And I spit in his face.
Oof. Oof, oof. Gobbert, you are roused too.
Wait, slapping me, you silly git!
Bert, Bert,
That's amazing.
you missed a good fight. What'd you see? Crazy old man.
Fuck all.
Oh.
He's really, really grumpy. Fuck off.
Okay.
You old coot, I think you're gonna need to take a look at this soldier. His arm been knocked out of its socket.
Yeah, well, that can't wait. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, he's back. I'm gonna go start burning houses again.
Yeah, let's
I'm gonna go start burning houses.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink that healing draft. I'm feeling pretty poor. Maybe put a bandage on or two.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can get back. Can I get back a wound or two?
I'm gonna skip the house with
certainly
the
can.
stone in it.
You're
Right.
not going to burn that down? Okay. Now, I
I
will
want to
say...
look at it before we burn. I will burn it down, but I'm going through the other ones first. I want to be
Okay.
able to make sure that there's nobody hiding in the other ones as they go.
Right.
So I just want to burn them.
There are a few scurrying noises, but they seem to be, at least with the amount of black powder weapons that have been discharged, heading in the other direction for now. But you burn the buildings down. Hundreds upon hundreds of rats scurry out from the shadows and crevices of the buildings into the night, or into the mist. As it's technically midday right now, but might as well be nighttime for what it looks like.
How big is this stone? Like, does it look like 2 people could carry it?
Maybe 8, 6 perhaps could drag it. It'll need some ingenuity, let's say, to transport. You can
I
put
got
it on
some
a
rope.
2-man dinghy.
Yeah,
Right.
I've got some rope. See if we can craft something. In fact, it looks like there's a little boat or dinghy by the wood in the middle. So I'm gonna grab that. See if I can put the stone in it, tie some rope around, drag it, get the 2 guys to help me.
Is there? You said there's decoration on it,
Yes. Carvings.
like other than the runes that we saw. Oh, there. Okay, on top as well
Yes.
as okay.
So
Okay.
it looks like the other stones, but with additional carvings.
Did
I'm
some of
going
them look
to-
older than others? Like somebody carved
good
something
point.
on top of them recently?
Yeah, probably. Some look more clean than others. Others look
scratched
more
in.
weathered.
Well, I'm gonna let them think about it while I start praying to Sigmar like I did at the stone circle, and just kind of try to come up with something to do.
Make me
I don't want to leave it here, but I don't think we can take it with us.
Okay, Sigurd, make me a fellowship test. Challenging. That'll do it, Sigurd. As you are stood there praying, and you look back at the stone, one of the carvings or etchings in this stone has disappeared. Another slightly faded.
Well, I'll let you deal with the other guys while I'm thinking. And I'm praying.
I'm gonna continue to burn down the place, but I'm limping. I'm not moving very quickly at all. Both my legs have been pretty badly injured. I'm mostly cursing to myself, going around burning down buildings with rats.
Okay. It'll be a few minutes before Lord Somethinghausen comes to join you on a dinghy of his own with a few other individuals. Hi there. Sorry it took me a while. Had trouble finding me legs. And the healing draft. Found one after all.
I can sympathize on both counts. Well, it appears we found out that the river gets were beast men after all.
Well, blow me down.
I never thought I'd see the day myself. Yeah.
Mind if I have a look at one of the fuckers?
As you
Look
wish,
like
sir.
Massive rats to me,
Starts
but I don't
poking
really
one.
know.
Aye. Some sort of rare rat mutation, probably. Better burn them all to be safe.
I would agree with that. We have a nice pile of wood, Andy.
Most of the town's on fire.
It's on fire, yeah. You should be able to see it.
Oh, I'm
Hey.
sure.
It's like all but one building is on fire.
Throws one into the building. I'll say the wood in the center is pretty drenched because it has
wet.
been raining, but at
true.
least the inside of the buildings has been dry enough for you to get a fire lit, and eventually, like, the buildings just collapse in on themselves into a pile of rubble. But hey, it'll do. He chucks a couple of the bodies inside. So, why have you not set a light to this one?
Well, got a bit of a conundrum. There seems to be these stones that keep cropping up. Some people have been using them for protection, but through profane rites and such. Matthias took the one that was in Tom. Another was last seen by a group of elves. But I don't rightly want to leave it in case someone else gets their hands on it. And it seems that praying over it with the word of Sigmar seems to remove some of the gibberish that's written on it. So either we transport it and get it back to town for someone to come pick up, or we try to figure out a way to destroy it. And I don't know if we can.
He, when you say praying to Sigmar, he flicks open a cork out of his bottle he has on his hip and pours a little bit of liquor onto it just to see if anything happens. Doesn't seem to take effect.
Well, doesn't seem to be thirsty at least. Now, I'm not a man of stones or a man of water, but what you want to do with the big old lump?
Well,
Take
You
it
reckon
to
we
the
can
olds
see-
again, I reckon.
well, let's put a pin in that for now.
I say we don't leave it. Whatever these things were, we didn't kill all of them. They're gonna come back for it. And they caused hellish trouble with it this time.
I'll be mighty tempted to line up a cannon toward it.
Well, that'd be worth a shot.
Somehow, I think that won't work. Didn't you say Yeoman was interested in retrieving one of the stones?
About cleansing the stone ring of elves and returning it back to Tal. Maybe if we can get this back, secreted away, we can get it back to town and Yeoman can take a look at it. And Yarla, and maybe the other priests in town, but
Either way, gentlemen, I think we're out of our depth. This is a matter for priests.
Yeah, and we need to
Wise
move out
men.
of here. Because the rats come back.
what is
We can't
it? Is your
survive.
boat, Somethinghausen. It is your boat. Oh, he says as his phone was not on silent.
Right.
He had a vision.
Well,
It was the.
it'd be a little bit on the heavy side, but imagine if a few of us can drag it up towards one of the overleading cliffs over there. We can maybe figure something out. Use the mast as a winch or something.
Yeah, so I've prepared the little wooden boat. Just need to sort of rock the stone into it, and then we can drag it with 3 or 4 of us, I reckon.
I'm going to ask anyone to roll a test who's going to assist in this endeavour. It could be strength, dexterity, whatever you think you could do to help, but this is going to require about 8 people to be dragging, huffing, heaving, winching, pulling, thrusting, and you name it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
What-
a challenging role, probably.
Yeah, challenging. Because it's you versus the rock. I think you could maybe make the argument for average here, but we'll go with a challenge.
My leg gives out.
Yeah, definitely, Odicus. Your leg is definitely not happy. Okay. Alongside the crew, Sigurd, Reinhard, you're able to make some progress. Godbert, can you make me an intelligence test, please? Average.
Yes, I can.
Okay. The voice you heard, the way she spoke, the way she looked. Every time you think of her, it makes you think of Gilda. To the point, I would say, you would even question if they were one and the same. There is a uncanny overlap between them.
Mm-hmm.
And that is very distracting. And unsettling. Probably
Yeah.
more for Sigurd. But
Anyone in Godbert's vicinity can hear him mumbling. Ron said she would dead. Didn't he? Didn't he say she were dead? Something like
What?
that. What? No,
You say something?
no, nothing.
Your soggy bread? It's raining, man. What do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah, well, yeah, soggy ass. Jody, how's the leg? Let me take a look.
Like hell.
Yeah, make my mind up with stuff.
Might want to look after that man's dislocated shoulder, too. I imagine he's not having a good day with it.
Oh yeah. He pokes your leg in a particularly painful spot. Bang! Sorry. Oh,
Rub some
yeah.
dirt to the
Sorry,
open
I'm a bit distracted. I'm a bit distracted. Sorry. Sorry. You had a dislocated what? Peg?
He did.
Shoulder.
I am just fine. I will go over here now, away from you.
Yes. So, lad, sit down. Yeah. Yeah. Your toe seems fine. Right. Well, rumble, mumble.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on asking him to help me out. He's not doing particularly well.
He is truly distracted.
He is
I'm
distraught. Yeah.
I'm focused on getting this thing away from this chaos-tainted pit hole we just found ourselves in.
Yeah, I'm looking over my shoulder a lot, I'll be honest. It's probably the other reason I'm not helping very well.
I'm just really focused on trying to shift us as quickly as possible. You know, sort of like hurrying everyone up. Come on, help with this. We need to go.
Okay. I'm going to say with your rolls, it's going to take you a few hours, a good amount of the rest of the day, just to heave this onto the ship. And you will... It'll effectively be taken back to Blute Rock, but you will be able to arrange passage for it. It would need either a very heavy-duty cart or perhaps a few horses to drag it on a sled or something like that. But
I was gonna say we could borrow his crew to take it to our down the river to Tom, and then bring it in through the docks to that warehouse.
Could
that
ask
I'm
our
living
ogre
next to.
I
to
will
help
say-
us as well.
what will probably happen is you'll spend...
I don't want
Yep.
to try to get it into town as quietly and secretly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You do want to get it in secretly, did you say?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want everyone seeing it, and I'm try to get past Gilda without her seeing it.
And you want to bring it in on a ship, did you say?
I'm trying to think whether a ship or a cart would be better. Yeah, we'll just do the cart and the horses, I guess.
I would say for Tom, a large
Wagon.
ship
Covered
would be
wagon.
more obvious.
Yeah.
Especially one from Blute Rock, which wouldn't come here ever. So a cart would seem more inconspicuous. I will give you that.
Yeah, we'll do that. Covered wagon, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, covered wagon. And you're having it delivered to?
Isn't there a warehouse next to where my house is?
Yep. You can have it stashed.
Yeah, I think so. And then Yarla and Yeoman will be the only two that Yarla and Yeoman will be the first two I tell about. Talk to him about it, show it to him. Once we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now it's 11:15, which means we've overshot a little bit. Didn't help the combat was supposed to be a very quick one, but, well, this bit of the combat anyway, but anyway. I think it's time for some endeavour rolls, ladies and gents.
Oh boy, here we go.
And we can roll the
So,
income
which
of
hunter?
Tom as well. Let's go with Reinhard. Do you want to do your endeavour roll?
Yep.
Malicious malady, the bloody flux sweeps through town. Make an easy +40 toughness test. Oh dear.
Okay.
Poop yourself.
Yeah, plus 40 toughness
Easy.
test, please.
Toughness. We're good.
Easy. Easy.
Ooh, easy.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
Some of the local guard have reported unusual sightings as of recent. Shadows in the forest moving and strange noises during the night. And this is
what else is
alongside sightings of ghosts.
So this is things in advance or in addition to that?
Well, this isn't lights in the woods. This is shadows. Slightly different. And maybe relevant, maybe not. Let's go for Godbert.
Yep.
One morning, a goose walks into town, followed by a man in full plate armour. He claims the goose is holy and is currently leading him to a holy site. For one endeavour, you may join him on his epic quest to find out where the goose takes him. It's up to you. You will find out. But it may take several days in order to establish where this goose is taking him. We will cover that another time. Sigurd.
Clicked.
Festivities! A celebration is called. A decided nature of the event with the GM. Okay, so any ideas on what a celebration could be had before you go off into the Haga Crypts? There are some possibilities. Local weddings, bountiful harvest, public celebration.
Getting rid of the river gets.
I am gonna say, boy,
We were
I
going
want to
to
say
do
that there was
something about the harvest.
actually want to say a bountiful harvest for once.
Right. So it will take you an endeavour, Sigurd, but there will be a particularly flamboyant festival to celebrate the new shrine that has been erected in the name of Raya.
Sounds good. We could use that as cover to be able to get the wagon in through the other end of town too.
And I will give you, on that note, a little bit of good news, that the crops are faring better. There are still more pests, more mouldy fruit and vegetables than you would hope for, especially with the tender love and care of a priestess, but there is food being harvested by the Temple of Raya. Your town is not starving. Should we roll some final money rolls for Tarm Town? Because I think it's about time we did that.
Yeah.
Does the shrine get added this week?
Yeah, we'll give some bonuses. We'll give some bonuses for that. So fishing is... Did anyone find some fishermen? I think someone got 3,
Reinhard,
didn't they?
didn't you say?
Reinhard got 3, I think.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was 3 fishermen and 2 road wardens.
That's 3 and a dude. It's not an easy roll now. It should have actually been 20.
But we lose the dangerous quality.
Yeah, it's not actually dangerous at the most, so dangerous can be ignored. Farming will have an extra bonus, thanks to Sigurd this week. Oh, good lord.
Didn't make money, but we fed everybody.
Yeah, regardless of the roll, you didn't make any extra additional coin, but hey, everyone's had lots to eat. And that's probably why. Look, don't blame me for these rolls.
Oh my
okay?
god.
You've been rolling below 50 all day until this point.
Until right here.
Look, there you go. There you go. Celeps made 9 gold crown.
Okay, I'll take
Even
it.
though he's not in town at the moment, but we'll...
His minions.
Yeah, his minions.
We've sold a lot of nails.
One gold crown's worth of sheep. And the mining company...
Oh god.
Oh,
Okay.
so close. So close.
Damn.
And hunting just before they head off into the woods. Oh dear.
Nope.
They didn't go out.
After their
Dadgummit.
leather armor, another 2 hunters of Tal have gone missing, which would make sense seeing as there are shadows in the woods. And the good news is that they're about to go off in the quickening in a couple of days. So that's happening. Regardless, because it's part of their religion, and if you don't think it's a thing, then, you know, that's on you.
Yeah, not much you can do about it.
I mean, talking them out of their thing is not going to happen, and that's for the... and you get not quite a gold crown for the apothecaries. But they nearly... Okay, well, at least Selep made you some money this week. That'll be enough to go towards your loan. All right, ladies and gents. Thanks for stopping on by. No one died today. But a mental note to self
I
and
tried
players.
real hard.
Yeah, oh god,
We
those,
sure tried.
Those
This isn't
early
even,
shots.
This is not the fighty group.
Damn.
Yeah,
I need to
shots
remember
were-
in future, and I will say from this point on, for players and viewers alike, when a player is reduced to 0 wounds and take a critical effect, armor cannot be burnt to mitigate it. It's something I always get confused in the rules, but if they roll a double, you can mitigate the critical, but if you go to 0 wounds and take a crit, burning armor doesn't help. The only thing that stops it is resilience, but otherwise you just, you know, build up some injuries, which is fine. But that's something I'll put in from this point forwards, having said that once in the past already. How's Godbert feeling at the moment?
Disgruntled, dislodged, confused, discombobulated, and
Should be, really. Yeah.
grumpier than ever. But at least he's got that old man spit.
He does, and there seems to be something in it. There seems to be
Definitely.
something in it.
Reinhard can
And there was
confirm
probably something in the spit from Sighard. And he'll find out what that is soon. and Reinhard, for that matter. Both of you failed your endurance tests, didn't you?
I didn't know. I got spot on.
Oh,
One
yeah,
injury.
yeah,
He's got a
yeah,
plus
you were
exactly.
nail biting. Oh,
67 of
marvellous.
67.
Marvellous.
0.
Sighard, I'll break the ice right now. You will enjoy a trip to the Haga Crypts with rat fever.
Nice.
It's just some mild symptoms. Everything will be fine. I'm sure Gilda has a potion for it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping on by. I will see you all on Friday for another one of these things that we call a session where sometimes Foundry works. Take care.
Bye bye.